I will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, good morning, educators. So first of all, let's share our experience first. That for myself, I am from a village in Kabupaten Malang, and of course, it is really far from the city. And sometimes when I want to join a competition, it is really hard for me to learn. Why? Because the facilities in the village, of course, is not as good as in the city. So it is really hard for us to compete against the team that come from the city. And that's why today we, as the opposition team, we are against the motion. So let's look into the definition of our motion. That the definition of area of persistently low academic achievements means that the student in the area can rarely get academic achievements. Reforming curriculum over built-up educational facilities means that the government will prioritize the reforming of curriculum rather than building up educational facilities. No educational facilities means all the features needed for the interaction in school, such as the building, properties, and the human resource, including the teachers. Now, for clarification, that first, dear educators, today, the motion clearly stated that the House believes that countries should prioritize reforming the curriculum over building up education facilities. So, the government team indeed talks about why the country should not prioritize the building up of educational facilities in areas of persistently low academic achievement. But the affirmative team keeps talking about how the system of the competition and the mindset of the participants are the problem, but they forget about achievements coming as the second one. And what is the first one? Of course, it is about the education and how they improve themselves at school before they join the competition to get achievements for the area. And disclaimer that we want to refute two of the arguments from the affirmative side. That first, the affirmative team want to raise the enthusiasm of the student to make more clubs in school. So the affirmative team clearly stated that teacher is one of who should be taught by people which they call talent as the source of information. Once again, I must clarify that the teacher's quality is also included in the build-up of educational facilities. And by the way, without a good facilities which provide the teachers to do the and applicate the material given by the talent, which is also need to build up from the country. Now, if the students have the passion or they want to study about something they like, but the school cannot provide the facility needed, of course it will be pointless, it will be useless because the student cannot improve their skills. The second one, the affirmative team also said that some subject like geography needs observation. Correct. And guess what? To do such things like observation to the real place, we need cars or even a bus to take our student. And this is also educational facilities. Or for a simpler thing, for a simple observation, we need a laboratory, which some school cannot even provide. So this state of the affirmative team is actually supporting the building up of educational facilities over reforming the curriculum first. For the status quo, let's look into our world now that many areas that still have persistently low academic achievement and the government is currently trying to build up educational facilities. For example, building schools in Papua by Joko Widodo as our president. No, there is no problem with the status quo because meaning that the focus of the government is already correct. Because in areas of persistently low academic achievement, we need to understand what it is need to be focused on first. Without good educational facilities, the reformation of curriculum will be pointless and useless for our students. Now, let's move into the stance of our team as the opposition team. That first, we believe that build-up of the education facilities is far more important than reforming the curriculum itself. The second one, we're proud of the prioritizing of building up educational facilities in areas of persistently low academic achievement, such as Papua and many other areas. And the second one, we will talk about the goal of our team, the opposition team, that first, make sure that all students can get a better facilities in school. And the second one, we want to make sure that all the qualities of educational facilities can be improved as the main focus of government in low academic achievement areas. Now, we need to prove two things that we will say in this debate. That first, why we believe that countries should prioritize building up educational facilities over reforming the curriculum. And the second one, we need to prove about what's the benefit of building up the educational facilities and areas of persistently low academic achievement. So we have three arguments here. That first, we will talk about the urgency. The second one, we will talk about justification. And the last one, we'll talk about effectivity. So first, about the urgency, we must understand about the importance of prioritizing educational facilities. That first thing first, to get into higher persistently academic achievement, you need to look into how the school works in the area. It must be clean. It must guarantee a comfortable place for students to study. It must be able to support the students to study more efficiently, like building a laboratory, library, and many other facilities like field. The school in the area must also be filled with competent teachers based on their own fields. And a good teacher as the source of information in school is a very important and also included in build up of educational facilities. Now the second one is justification. Now we must agree together that every student have the right to get a good school facilities so they can study and improve their school with comfortable, and they can compete people with areas with persistency of higher achievement in educational things. And when we can improve the facilities in lower facilities area, we will improve the achievements gathered also. And the second one, every students have the right to be supported in their own passion. Like I told you before we can grow the enthusiasm of the students, we need to build the facility first. Like if student want to learn about basketball, of course we need the field and we need the ball. If a student want to swim, we need to build the pool first. No, if you just grew the enthusiasm of the students but you don't have the facilities needed, then it will be pointless and useless. Now the next one is every teachers need help to provide a better quality of learn-teach process in the class. As we stated, that teachers are also included in educational facilities improvement. Now about the effectivity, that first the country should prioritize the build-up of educational facilities. We must agree together that having a better educational facilities in school means having a better quality of learning process for students. Not only for the students, we must also build up about the system of how the teachers work. So if we can educate people with better facilities, it will help them to get more achievements because they can masterize their own fields better. Such like students who want to do football, they can improve in their own fields. And the second one, no, because it is caught in the motion as the area of persistence, low academic achievement, then of course the quality of the students and the source of information so as teacher is still low. No, if we force to reform and change the curriculum, it will be really hard for them to adapt with the reformation itself. Now imagine, you're struggling to understand a book, but then when you almost understand about it, your parent change it to the other book that will also took time to understand, and it's really hard. This is why we need to build up the educational facilities first before we reform the curriculum, because reforming curriculum before the facility will make it pointless and useless. And that's why we as the opposition team, we are against the motion.